5. The court denies the motion. Houston joined her and Lindsay joined her. The trial is continued to August 20th. 2026 at 8:30 a.m.
Lil Durk was once one of the biggest names to come out of Chicago, from releasing music independently to becoming a major rap star to building Only the Family. His career looked unstoppable, but behind the success came loss, violence, legal problems, and eventually a federal case that could completely change his future. Today, Lil Durk is sitting in federal custody, waiting for one of the most important trials of his life. But how did one of Chicago's biggest rappers end up here? The rise of Lil Durk. Lil Durk grew up on Chicago's South Side, and his music was heavily influenced by the environment around him. He started releasing music independently, building a following through mixtapes, and eventually becoming one of the most recognizable voices in Chicago drill. His music connected with fans because he talked about street life, loss, loyalty, and survival. Then, his career started getting bigger. Durk signed major record deals, released successful albums, and became an international rap star. But he also built something beyond his solo career, Only the Family, better known as OTF. And one of the most important artists connected to Durk and us was King Von. Von quickly became one of Chicago's fastest rising rappers. Durk supported him, collaborated with him, and helped bring his music to a massive audience. The two became closely connected, both personally and professionally.
Are you biologically related to him?
That's my brother. Like, we ain't got the same mother and same father though, but that's my, yeah.
How'd you guys meet?
Growing up, same area, hoods, you know how that go.
Do you remember the first time you met him?
The first time, nah. We always be outside, deep as hell, so probably the first time.
Or maybe what age?
Around like 6th grade or something, 7th grade.
But didn't go to the same school?
No, I'm younger.
But in November 2020, everything changed. King Von was shot and killed outside a nightclub in Atlanta. He was only 26. For Durk, the loss was devastating. He continued making music, but Von's death became a major part of his story. His music became more emotional, and the idea of revenge, loss, and loyalty appeared repeatedly. But years later, Durk's own life would change dramatically. The case that changed everything. In October 2024, federal prosecutors charged Lil Durk and several OTF associates in connection with an alleged murder-for-hire scheme. According to prosecutors, the alleged plan was connected to an August 2022 shooting in Los Angeles. The intended target was rapper Quando Rondo, but his cousin, Xavier Lil Pob Robinson, was killed. Prosecutors allege that the shooting was connected to retaliation for King Von's death. They also allege that Durk helped arrange the operation, including financing and incentives connected to the alleged attack. But this is extremely important. These are allegations. Lil Durk has pleaded not guilty, and he is presumed innocent unless proven guilty in court. The case then became extremely complicated.
Banks and his co-conspirators allegedly worked together to, quote, track, stalk, and attempt to murder a target at a Los Angeles gas station, firing at least 18 rounds into the person's vehicle, striking and killing a passenger in the car.
The trial was delayed multiple times as prosecutors and defense attorneys fought over evidence, motions, and the huge amount of material involved. Then, in 2026, prosecutors added new racketeering allegations that created another major fight. Durk's defense argued that the new charges should not be included in the upcoming murder-for-hire trial. In July, a federal judge ruled that the new racketeering counts would be separated from the upcoming trial. That was a significant win for the defense, but it did not mean those allegations simply disappeared. They were separated from the August trial, not erased from the larger legal picture. And then, just weeks before trial, another development arrived. In late July, federal prosecutors filed a fourth superseding indictment. The updated charging document keeps the core federal case moving forward, including allegations involving murder for hire, interstate stalking, and related offenses. So even after winning the fight to separate the racketeering charges, Durk's legal battle was far from over. The trial and what happens next. As of August 2026, Lil Durk's federal murder-for-hire trial is scheduled to begin on August 20th in Los Angeles.
5. The court denies the motion. Houston joined her and Lindsay joined her. The trial is continued to August 20th. 2026 at 8:30 a.m.
And this trial could become one of the biggest hip-hop court cases of the year. Prosecutors will have to convince a jury, beyond a reasonable doubt, that Durk was criminally responsible for the alleged scheme. The defense, meanwhile, will challenge the government's evidence and argue that the allegations have not been proven. One major part of the legal battle involves evidence, including digital communications, financial information, and other material prosecutors say connects the defendants to the alleged operation. Even some of Durk's lyrics and music-related evidence have become part of the broader courtroom fight, with the defense arguing over what should be allowed before a jury. But ultimately, the jury will have to decide what the evidence actually proves. And that's what makes this story so important, because Lil Durk went from a young rapper coming out of Chicago to a global hip-hop star with millions of fans, successful albums, and one of the most recognizable brands in modern drill. Now, his entire future could depend on what happens inside a courtroom. If prosecutors win, Durk could face extremely serious federal consequences. If the defense creates reasonable doubt, the outcome could be completely different. But right now, there is no verdict, there is no conviction, and there is no final answer. Only a trial that is about to begin. For years, Lil Durk's music told stories about survival, loyalty, loss, and consequences. Now, he is living through a situation where those themes are no longer just lyrics. His career is on hold, his future is uncertain, and the next chapter will be decided in court, whatever happens. This case has already changed the story of Lil Durk forever, because the question is no longer, how high can Lil Durk take his career? The question is, what happens to that career? When the biggest battle of his life isn't happening on a stage, but inside a courtroom? Only the trial can answer that. Thanks for watching.